245 laps, 367.5 miles down here in the Mello Yello 500. There are the current standings on the field. You're riding with Jeremy Mayfield back in the field, and it's one of the things that makes Winston Cup racing so great. He's back there in 28th position in that Finger Hut Cale Yarborough car. 3 laps down, still trucking, still out here, giving it everything he's got today, trying to bring this one home. Scooping in a little air as he comes by, Cale.
Yeah, it must be awful hot in there. You know, it's a little bit humid out there today, and they just need all the air they can get, so I guess it's getting a little warm.
140?
Oh, yeah, 140 or better.
How hot did you ever get in a race car?
Too hot. It was awful hot. You know, in the middle of the summertime, never really cared thermometers in the car, but it got awful hot many, many times.
It's getting hot. It's getting torrid right now for second spot. Look at Wallace. He has kept on with the keeping up, and Rusty Wallace has gone back into second place. He may be as quick. We need to put some clocks on and to see if he is turning individual laps as fast as Jeff Bodine up in front. But Rusty Wallace, who was on the canvas, has picked himself up, and he's come back into this thing. Caution is out. We have a yellow for the 5th time this afternoon in the Mello Yello 500, and again they're calling it debris. Here's Dick Trickle up in turn 3 is where the problem is. Here comes Bodine, the big leader thus far. This will put them back together. What a break for Wallace.
Dick Trickle really trying to get that lap back. Dick's right now in the 16th position. First car 1 lap down.
There it is. Back straightaway.
More pieces of tire, it looks like.
Boy, somebody's missing something they need out there. It may have been off Loy Allen's car. He was chunking a tire. It could be the Hooters car, Loy Allen, that's been in trouble. So caution is on. This will give them all a chance to get in at lap 248. I don't think they can. That's 372. No way they can get home from there, is there, Cale?
I don't think so. No,
even Darrell Waltrip have a little cut. And Harry Gant on those great days.
Yeah.
He used to make those economy runs.
Absolutely.
You know, I question you ever getting too hot in a race car, Cale. You used to wrestle alligators. What's a little heat?
That got hot too. But you know.
Did you really wrestle an alligator?
Oh yeah. You know, I was born and raised down in South Carolina, and we got alligators down there.
Yeah, but why would you want to wrestle an alligator?
Why not?
I don't know.
What did it pay?
All right, front of the field is coming in. Jeff Bodine is in first, and Rusty Wallace is in second, and they're on pit road. We'll give you a triple split so you can see them. There, your top 3 at the present time: Bodine, Wallace, and Jarrett.
I don't see a chassis adjustment on any of those cars. The drivers must like him right now.
Great stop.
Jeff Bodine's going to win the race out.
Here's Earnhardt just coming out. Bodine's out first. Wallace is second. I hope we can get a word with Buddy Parrott, because what a job that crew has done to get him back. Remember, he had a bad set of tires that threw him off, but he's back. We've got ourselves a race in the Mello Yello 500 here at the beautiful Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're back 251 laps now, down to the 334, and there you see the struggle. Bodine and Wallace now up in front, and Earnhardt looking up from 6th position with Brett Bodine, Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett sandwiched in between. Schrader just outside in 7th. Terry Labonte in 8th. We're showing 15 cars in the lead lap at lap 251. Jeff Bodine, he's been a monster out here today. We'll take another break so we can follow the action when we come back, folks. But I think we can get a report before we go there from Rick Benjamin. Rick, you all set?
Ken, we are here in the SDP Pit Communication Center. Time to tell you about the Auto Week Week in Racing. It's brought to you by Auto Week, America's only enthusiast weekly. If you're with us yesterday on TBS, you saw the Busch Grand National cars run 300 miles yesterday in the All-Pro Auto Parts bumper-to-bumper 300. We're going to show you some highlights now off the green. Joe Nemechek in the blue car on the outside, and Mark Martin led the field down into turn 1. Nemechek and Martin put on quite a battle for the first 50 or 60 laps. This down the back straightaway into turn 3. Nemechek had the lead for a while. Then they were joined. Michael Waltrip moving up with Martin to get into that battle. Terry Labonte into it too. Here's a bad wreck late in the race. Larry Pearson to the 92. Phil Parsons, who won here in the spring. They tangled with about 20 laps to go. The race ended under caution. Terry Labonte, the winner yesterday in his MW Windows car number 14. Michael Andretti ready to move into Dad's seat next year, but Mario Andretti taking his final ride in an IndyCar today at Laguna Seca as the CART IndyCar Tour winds down its season today. Here's the way they qualified yesterday. Paul Tracy in one of the Penske cars on the pole with Jacques Villeneuve, who's won once in his rookie year, and Nigel Mansell in his final IndyCar run for now. He'll start third. Mario will start 12th, his 408th career start. He's won 52 times, and he will try to make it 53 to close out his career. Auto Week with a special offer for NASCAR fans. Here's the number to call, 1-800-851-2600, $17.95 for an entire year of Auto Week. Call them now. It's only good through Monday night. That's the Auto Week week in racing. When we come back to Charlotte, hopefully we'll be able to put this under green for you. Jeff Bodine's your leader.
We're back at lap 258, 387 miles under green. Rusty Wallace on the restart had asked Jeff Bodine, he said, hey, let me lead for a lap so I can get 5 points. Well, he went out and got the lap. Then he led for 2 laps, maybe 3. And now look where he is. Engine expires coming down the main straightaway. Watch right here. Black car, third one back in your picture. Little plume of smoke. Good night, nurse.
That's too bad. That's all it takes. Just a little puff of smoke like that. His terminal, he's behind the wall.
And in the garage.
And Sterling Marlin has joined him. He's been in the lead lap all day, having a decent run. And he just drove his behind the wall. So I'm assuming engine trouble there as well.
The press flocking down there to Wallace as they assume that the championship is pretty much decided right here for the 7th season. It will be Earnhardt. Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon is fighting with him. This is for 3rd spot. It's Jeff Bodine in the lead. Brett Bodine is in 2nd. And this is the 3rd place squabble. Earnhardt in front, roosting right on the rear bumper. It's Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett with him. A bad day for Rusty Wallace. The 1.5 mile Charlotte Motor Speedway. He has retired before lap 260.
All 3 Rick Hendrick cars are still right in the thick of this one. They're all right there with Jeff Gordon.
Schrader's up to 6. Let's go to Randy quickly. Sorry.
Well, they're trying to speculate as to what the problem is. Rusty Wallace sits in the car patiently. They thought possibly broken distributor or a timing change. They are definitely going to remove the distributor on the Miller Genuine Draft Ford. They got about 6 guys at least working under the hood right now. The question is right now, is this the end of the championship if Rusty Wallace loses a bunch of points here right now, which is exactly what he's doing in the garage here. It'll take him a while to fix this one, guys.
Came in with a 200-point deficit, and Earnhardt continues to stay out there. Schrader making a great move. Ken Schrader climbing up through with car 25 in the 4th position. Jarrett is 5th. Terry Labonte 6th. Gordon back to 7th. And maybe sliding back another spot. There's a car pulling in between them as they come down. It's 12. Getting up in there, giving them a award. Bobby Allison car. Rusty Wallace out of his car, looking it over. It could be the season right there. $1 million bonus.
Well, Dale can go on and finish this race in the top 5 somewhere like he's running 3rd right now. Even if Rusty were able to get it going again and get back out there, he's not even looking at the top 30. So if Dale could just hang on and finish, he'll be able to cruise on home. Number 7.
Terry Labonte giving us some pretty exciting pictures there.
Well, as Chuck said a while ago, Ken, you know, if it wasn't for that 7 car, this would be one heck of a race. These guys are really battling in there.
Down the main straightaway on the inside. It's Jarrett on the outside. It's Schrader. That's all for 4th. Earnhardt's in 3rd. Bodine's. Let's go to Randy.
Well, Rusty Wallace is walking out of the garage area right now, man. Media all over him. Rusty, I know it's tough for you. Is that it for the championship?
No, it's not it. We got 3 to go. If he breaks next week and On my tail, it's like I said, I'm going to take it right to the living end, man. I don't quit, you know. It's easy for everybody to say that, but, you know, had them smoked off again today, you know, but just didn't make it. You know, I got to get consistent and finish. Outrunning them doesn't do the trick.
Has to be frustrating.
Yeah, it does. It's been a long season, and coming down to the end like that, I've been there. I know all about it. So.
Got to keep your war face on, though.
Oh, you got to do it. Yeah, and I respect him for that. He hasn't given up yet. He's going to fight it right down to the end.
Yeah, he'll try to win the last 3 races. If there's no possible way he can win the championship, he won't let up.
That's what champions are made of.
That's right.
Earnhardt has to run 25th in each of those last 3 races to win that 7th title. So Bodine brothers, who didn't get along too well earlier this year, snuggling up for 1st and 2nd here in the Mello Yello 500. And just completed to the 334, and there's your full field standings at the present time, with 13 cars remaining in the lead lap. Bodine's 1st and 2nd, Earnhardt's 3rd, and look at the 12 and 17 out here, further back for 10th spot. Derek Cope and Darrell Waltrip duking it out. And Jeff Gordon, as you notice there, had slipped back. He is backed up to 13th spot, and something seems amiss on Jeff Gordon's car. It was running so well. With Cale Yarborough and Chuck Brown on Ken Squire topside. In the pits today, Randy Pemberton, Dick Bergen. And we're glad to have Ricky Craven with us, who we'll see in Winston Cup racing next year, and Rick Benjamin at the STP Pit Center. 500 miles of Winston Cup racing today, and there's the guy who ignited this race about 40 laps ago, put on a great run, but apparently they've run out of something on car 24. Here's Dick Berggren that can tell us more. Ray, what's wrong?
I wish I could answer that, Dick. You know, you work hard, you do whatever. You know, all we did was change 4 tires on that car and put gas in it. That's all we did to it, and it went from leading the race to being junk. So I wish I could answer that. I don't know. I really don't know.
Well,
any speculation?
Well, we saw Rusty Wallace experience a similar thing early in the race. Maybe there are some sets of tires out there that just aren't getting the job done. We just have to hope for a caution where he can come in and get him another set and try to get back up into the thick of it.
These folks are 10 seconds down from the leader, Jeff Bodine. It's some effort that Bodine is putting out here today, and some performance that continues to have him out in front. Let's take a look at 8th place for a moment. There you see Ricky Rudd and Michael Waltrip right with him, trying to get around Dick Trickle.
Dick Trickle's had a good run all day long, but he did get caught 1 lap down in that long green flag stretch. He's just as fast as these guys, but unfortunately he is 1 lap down from them.
You miss it, Cale?
Oh, I miss it, especially on Sunday. It's you know, what I did in 33 years, Ken. That's a long time. But I love this sport, and I love the people that's involved in it, and I'm just, you know, fortunate to still be involved in it as a car.
276 complete. 3-time national champion Cale Yarborough, who won here at Charlotte in this race 3 times, and won his last Winston Cup event right here, 1985. Who would have thunk it? You know, you're right up in there with all those other guys. You know, you talk about Richard Petty with 200, and David Pearson, you, that kid named Walter. Remember what a problem he used to be?
Some of those guys ran a lot more races than I did, too, so I was very fortunate to be